My name is Frank Albert, and I am the chair. I'm going to have everyone do a roll call so you can introduce themselves to you.
Way Morrow.
Steve Hamilton.
Mindy Nordell.
And because we only have, we have two alternates here. Melinda and Steve are alternates, so I'm going to motion that they get voting rights for tonight's meeting.
I second the motion.
You should probably do them individually, not as a group. Yep.
So I motion to nominate Steve as a voting member for this evening.
I second the motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, done. And then I also want to nominate Melinda to be a voting member for tonight's meeting.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, done. So tonight we have Hoffel, Phoenix, Gormley, and Roberts, PLLC, representing R.E. Prescott Company, Inc. And it's my understanding that you're seeking a application for a variance requested for Article 400.005, Section .002 and .007 of the zoning ordinance to permit installation of a subsurface disposal system in a location with less than 12 inches natural soil above the seasonal high water table and with less than 4,000 square feet of contiguous land area reserved for the subsurface disposal system. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you are, sir?
My name is Kevin Baum. I'm an attorney with Hoffel, Phoenix, Gormley, and Roberts.
Okay,
And Bruce Scammon, who's project engineer, is with me as well.
awesome. And the gentleman in the audience? Okay. And, all right, thank you.
And Mr. Chair, we also have a request for an extension of the previously granted variances. I don't know when you want to, what order you want to take those, but I just wanted to make sure that those were.
I think we should probably do you got a variance from the ZBA on December 18th, 2023.
Correct.
And that's coming, it needs an extension.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, I created two packets for this evening. This packet right here is for the extension. And this packet would have your agenda and the variances being sought.
So I think I would like to motion to approve the extension of that variance that was given on 12/18/23.
I second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 The motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Then on to the next. So the five variance criteria, I know that you attached a sheet. Do you want me to have them, should I have them present?
Yeah, could you do a brief presentation for
Yeah,
us, Kevin, please?
Brief presentation, you don't have to read.
I will try to keep it,
Yeah.
I will try to keep it brief and happy to rely in large part on the written submission as well, which went through all the criteria. The short overview here is that this is a large project. We've been working pretty diligently on it. Permits have generally been obtained at this point. It took a little bit longer, which is why than expected, which is why we needed the extension. The only remaining permit is for septic. That is largely underway. We've actually had state review and initial review by Rockingham Conservation. Those were all positive, and we thought we were done with that, and then found out sort of at a last minute or that RCC caught that we didn't technically comply with two of Brentwood's ordinance requirements, and those are the ones we're seeking relief for tonight. The proposed design is fully state compliant, and a permit should be issued, if not for the need for relief from these two items. And that was, as the chair mentioned, 400.005.002, which requires a 12 inches of natural soil above the water table. We have significant soil above the water table. It's just because of the history of this site, it is not natural soil. There's about 24 to 52 inches available, but it is fill that's been in place for several decades, going back to the original development, the castles, and possibly other developments before.
Bruce Scammon for the record, from Manual Engineering and Fair and Associates. This site's been developed twice previously as a commercial site. It was a campground in the 70s and 80s, maybe even before that, but that's what I recall in my lifetime. And then in the 80s, it was redeveloped as castles. And so both times they developed this site, there was not a spot that we could find natural soil. It tested that wasn't in conservation. Originally, castles were going to have a leach field out in the woods. Back portion of this lot is plus or minus 30 acres. It's in conservation. And there's a site out there that the castles were going to have a leach field on. In the original approval, that it's going to be out there. If you look at old aerials, you'll see where it was cleared for that. In the end, somebody found it was cheaper to build right up along the road. So if you go past the castles, headed towards the drag strip, the leach field for the castles is right there. When Mike Cuomo and I went out to those test pits, there was literally wetlands at the total slope of the leach field. There's standing water there. And we both agreed that I didn't want to design a system there, and he didn't want to approve a system there. So we walked around the site. We did a series of test pits. And the site that we designed this for was what we both agreed was the best spot on the site. It had the most soil, it's as close to a natural knoll on the site as there was. The rest of the site has been dredged, and some fills put on it. There was a pond that was created out front. There was a lot of other issues, and we came before this board 2 years ago. Setbacks for wetlands, but it meets the state setbacks for wetlands. So it is designed at 55 feet from wetlands. As Kevin said, the test pit cells, the ones we found, at 24 to 50 plus inches above seasonal high water table. It wasn't natural soil. And the letter of your regulations say it has to be natural soil above that seasonal high water table. It's all fill. So to get this approved, Mr. Cuomo has asked us to come before you to get a variance on it. Since there is no areas of natural soil, you can't get an area for reserve area. And in the end, we spent quite a bit of time with the planning board. I would tell you that the leach field would have to be put back in the same location, and that it wouldn't need a reserve area because I wouldn't put it anyplace else on this site. In addition to that, we are doing a lot of higher technology drainage structures, porous pavement, and what the state calls like an underground gravel wetlands that will do further treatment to the stormwater. So this keeps the leach field furthest away from all of that as well. And we're not gonna be disturbing, the area that's in conservation. So it's a technicality at this point, and that we're here just to clarify that and get the right agreements, assuming this board agrees with that, to get this project moving forward.
Yeah, and one more point I would add is enviroseptic system. And so can utilize less space. And just to clarify, it is as proposed, as was proposed in 2023 and reviewed by the planning board in this location. I mean, they didn't look at the specific design at that time, but this is where the location has always been. As Bruce noted, we already got relief, setback relief for this location. Just didn't realize at the time, and actually didn't realize until nobody realized until we were far into the review process that these two technical requirements weren't met, needed relief.
In fact, Mr. Cuomo had approved it in January of 2024. And so we thought we were all set at it. And all we needed to do was a state permit approval once we had our wetlands permit, our AOT permit, and our drinking water. So we were busy doing all those over the last 2 years. And we sent up the approved plan by Cuomo to the state. They had one quick question on it, and then we had to send it back to the county to get re-reviewed. Mike then caught these two errors, or what he was thinking was an error or technicality on it, and that's why we're back here.
Mr. Greenwood and I had a very lengthy conversation about it and how in Brentwood, we are very lucky that we don't see redevelopment of a lot. That when we put in septic systems, it's on virgin ground that nobody's ever been. So this ordinance really, in the future, might be looked at by the planning board and some relief would have to be given there. Because when we go through redevelopment, it's gonna be not natural soil anymore. When we're taking a space that has been previously developed for something else and wanna put something else there, you're gonna have to deal with that. Just wanted to add that in. Thank you. Mr. Greenwood did write a comment letter, which is, I believe, the third to last page in your packet, if you want to take a minute and read that. Would you like a copy, Bruce?
I'd like a copy.
Yeah. Bruce Stevens couldn't make it here tonight, so there is a letter from Bruce, and that's the next one after Mr. Greenwood's comments. ZBA member that couldn't be with us this week.
Anyone have any questions for these two gentlemen?
Well, when I originally looked at it, I was glad to hear your presentation that you did show that leach field on the original plans, because when looking through it, I was nervous that that was not presented to the planning board. So it's good to hear that that is where that process was followed. I did look at like the porous pavement, knowing your setbacks away from that porous pavement. It makes sense to me where you're having this leach field, especially away from the detention areas and everything. I've known that site for a long time. I know how challenging it can be with a redevelopment of a site. I truly believe that the regulation was put in place so that people didn't have a piece of land that was undevelopable and brought in soil to actually make it usable. And so, you know, this is truly, in my mind, a case of you have a lot, they have depth to the seasonal high water table, it's just not natural. And that's what, I think, like Mark said, that's what you find in redevelopment sites. I worked with Mr. Como a long time. I know they were probably very diligent on trying to find a test pit location. I know how much trouble that can be at times. So for Mike to actually come to the decision that leach field is in the right location, it means a lot to me that Mike would actually do that. But I really don't have any questions. I just reviewed all the documents. I understand where you're going with it. It's a hard site. It truly is. Sorry, that wasn't really a question.
No,
Okay.
you do you.
Questions?
You do you.
No questions for me.
Could you go into the 4K reserve area a little bit? I think we've covered the natural soil.
Yeah, sure.
So the 4K area, traditionally, when you design new sites, you look at, you want to save a big area where you put it. This site is so tight. There isn't any place else I'd really want to put it. I'd want to put it back in the same location. Say for a fourth time after this development. So the area is around 1,000, a little over 1,000 square feet, the leach field itself. So because of the wetlands and the rest of the wet areas on the site, and it's just really difficult to find another location to put a full 4,000 square feet. So we would need relief on that as well.
If that septic system were to fail, list some of the reasons why you would have to move it. Well, I'm asking these questions because I know, and I want this board to know. The reason why we have that 4K reserve area is if this septic system fails in the future, it really would take a natural act of water table rise. I personally have never seen a septic system have to be moved like that. Usually you just dig it up and replace it in place. But,
I mean, a lot of times you just replace it in kind in that same location. On a commercial site, usually everything's so tight that you're doing that on a lot of commercial sites. On a lot of extra room that you would be, saying going across the site in a different location, especially when you have one that's designed like this with the stormwater system that we designed. So the only other place that I can think of on this site that would be better than this is in the conservation area. That would take a much bigger task.
Yeah,
You'd have to go to the Attorney General's office, you'd have to change conservation rights. And that's not where we were looking to go, so that's why we.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go
Yeah,
there,
and that's
because
why
that is
just-
not gonna happen.
no,
That's
no,
the
it's
only
not.
Other spot that I can see on this
Mhm.
site where might be slightly better, and we don't think that's environmentally or appropriate, environmentally correct or appropriate.
It's not feasible.
More
Yeah.
feasible.
Yeah.
Any questions, Melinda? Any questions, Doug?
No, I have no questions whatsoever. My wife has strong feelings on this sort of thing, and to be able to reassure her that this is not another Seabrook racetrack, fill in the wetlands, paved over, make it a parking lot kind of thing. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I don't think it's that at all.
I can tell you, I mean, the 4K area, you know, nowadays, we don't, like, when you do a septic system, you replace it in kind. That's the traditional way to do it, because you just dig up your sand, you put it right back in the same spot. The 4K area is a great thing for doing a subdivision, because then it gives you some latitude to move the leach field if you wanted to, but in this case, they couldn't get a 4K area here. They don't have enough space, and they don't have natural soil to even have a 4K. So I don't think there's anything they could do to even give us a 4K.
I have no questions. I'm not an engineer, but I have common sense. So I have no questions. Do we like to discuss anything amongst ourselves, or any gentlemen have any questions for us, or everybody's all set?
No, I think we're all set, and as I said, we're happy to answer any questions. I went through the criteria, so we'll rest on that rather than belabor things.
Yeah.
But if you have any questions on any of those, I'm happy to go into them, but it is in the memo.
Yeah, we all have a copy of that, and I think we all read that. And thank you for your synopsis of it. And anyone in the audience have any questions? All right. So anything to discuss, or do you want
I think, for me, I think I've heard what they had to say. I read through their whole memo. I think it's a sound proposal by them. I was just happy to hear that this went in front of the planning board as part of the site design, and that was what I was concerned about, because what happens is the leach field, to get the New Hampshire DES makes sure that you get every permit that you can before you get a leach field approval. And so these guys, this is their last step in my mind. So this board approving this allows them to get that final step, and this thing gets done.
Yep.
So I think I'm gonna be in favor of this tonight, because I think this is a redevelopment site, and this is the right thing to do.
Okay. So anyone else on the board have anything to say, or?
I think it's a really good plan, too. I think it's excellent.
All right, okay.
Let's vote.
Okay, and
All right, so-
we're probably looking for a motion to approve. I'll make that motion.
All right, and I'll second that motion. All in favor to approve this project?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
So I think that's all five of us.
Makes the easy count. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
In that motion, I will put both variances being sought,
Okay,
both numbers.
all right.
And I'll have that notice of decision, and I'll have it ready for you to sign next week.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Send us a copy.
Absolutely. Yep, I do have your email. I can send that right to Emmanuel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right,
Email.
you got it.
And I still got the complete file from last year.
I can, sir. I can, sir. You are.
I'll leave these here. I don't need any more paper.
no, leave it here.
I got a few other things on the agenda.
Oh. See you, Mark.
Yeah, we'll put that microphone right back on, okay.
Thank you. And I just want this board to know that I'm going to be redoing some of our application forms. Some of the charges that are on there aren't really current anymore. $10 per abutter, the price of that went up. We're going to change that to 11, and I just want you to be aware that I'm going to be recrafting those, and I'll be presenting them to you. You'll have to vote on them. There might be a process to,
$10 to $11?
I know.
yeah,
Just make it 15.
I have to do certified mail.
Buffy is
Okay, all right. I'm just curious how you got from $10 to $11.
Well, ask the Postal Service.
Okay.
It's actually, to be
That's
exact,
covering, okay.
$10.44, sir. It went from $9.64 to $10.44.
So we're pocketing the 56 cents.
Well, right now, we're losing money, so, yes.
What I'm hearing, that sounds like the warm up and waiting for the pitch.
I'm just letting you be aware that those will be coming in front of you sometime soon. We might actually have to hold a public hearing to adopt them. There'll be more to that. On the planning board, that's what we have to do. We have to have a public hearing, and then they can vote on. But I want to let you know that that's coming around. And a motion for the 7:28 minutes. It's in the back of your packet to read the minutes and approve the minutes. If you read the minutes, sir, you can vote
That
on
wasn't a
them.
meeting, that was just a working
Yeah, we
session.
just kind of.
That was just they're just work session
That was like
meeting
a
minutes.
practice.
Okay, I make a motion to accept.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yes. Any other business? I heard next month we're gonna have a real, might have something next month, maybe?
Maybe. I have some people that came and got some applications. Yeah, we'll take them one at a time, see what I get in. And as soon as I know, you'll know.
All right. Did, any non-public, did Reagan call in, or did she?
I didn't hear anything from her.
Forgot.
I mean, I send things to the government email address. If you're having a problem with your government email address, you need to let me know and call Block 5 and get that squared away. I make an exception for someone at the table.
It worked.
So what is, you reach out to her and ask her, did you get the email, did you not get the email, or what is,
I mean, I could do that, yeah.
I mean, I think we should, maybe?
Yeah, I can absolutely do that, 100%. I'll send her an email to make sure that we're corresponding.
If I see her too, she's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, he's your
If I
neighbor.
see her, I'll-
You
I'll-
see her, yeah.
Please,
Where the
please.
heck were you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says,
Mm-hmm. But it's not really my responsibility to chase people, really.
no,
You know, I do the best that I can to communicate with the board, but if, I mean, like,
Her whole house was lit up. I mean, every light in the house was going, so somebody was there, but I'll check in.
I want everybody to be attentive and look at their email and digest the information. If you have any questions to ask me, but I kind of like Doug, so I do call him and he comes and gets his packet, and I'm not doing that for everybody. He's my exception to the rule. But I will email her to see if she replies. I do have a phone list. I can call her if you'd like, Frank.
well, if like, if you didn't show up, she doesn't show up, and we only have like one person here, or two people here,
This board is.
could be an issue.
Yeah, it could be. It's not like the planning board where I have a copious amount of members. I have 7. If one's not there, it's not too big of a deal, and we have an alternate take a place. But a board of 5, it's very important that we do have a quorum, and we've worked hard to have some great alternates. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I know Mark said you were wicked busy.
Wicked.
Wicked busy. So let's see if we can get them out of here.
All right,
Any other business? Anybody have any other business?
no, I have no business.
I heard a motion to adjourn by
To adjourn.
Steve.
Second, adjourned.
Aye.
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 All right. All right. Lamb chops, here I come.